Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Welcome to the Q Bible Study. I am Steve Levitt, and I have a quiet time Bible study every morning. Amy Eisen, a newbie coming in this morning. Amy Eisen is number one this morning. She's top of the list. Tony, number two. Oh, Tony, you were so close. Nope. Tony, no. I got all that wrong. Everybody jumped on at the same time. We got in this order this morning: Amy, Nikki, JJ, Sierra, Sarah, Tony, Ela, Pamela, Tina. Too many to count. It's going to take forever. So there's Kate. Good morning. Sarah, you were number 2 or 3. JJ beat you, Sarah. So there you go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. All right, let me get back. Hey, Eric. Good morning, Cheryl, Robbie, Brenda, Kimberly, all you guys. If you're on Steve Levitt's personal page, please get out of there and go over to the Q Bible Study page on Facebook so you can read everybody's comments. If you see me talking about and reading comments that you don't recognize, that's because you're not on the right page. You're on the Steve Levitt personal page, my personal profile page, and you need to get over to the Q Bible Study page, different page. So there you go. Also, if I can't read your name, you got to click on the permissions. I haven't seen anybody's. Oh, there's one Facebook user that says good morning. Whoever that is, sandwiched between Robbie and Sherilyn Strand. Somebody said good morning. And I can't read who you are because you didn't give me permission to see who you are. So there you go. We're in Revelation chapter 4 today. Revelation chapter 4. Good morning, TikTok. I did not forget about you. I'm checking you out this morning. Good morning, TikTok. I see all you guys there. All my normals, Mr. Electro, Mr. T. Casey, good morning. Miss Queen Bee, good morning. Kimberly, good morning. Babylon. Babylon is with us again today. Fantastic. Babylon, if you want a Bible, remember, message me your address and I will send you a Bible. Appeal. I don't know what your name is. Appealite. I don't know. Something on TikTok, but good morning. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Lemonade. Good to see you. I'm going to just call you Lemonade if that's all right. Good morning. Hi-Fis. I don't know what that word is. Hi-Fis. Good morning. Good to see you. Gagley. Good to see you. Kate. We're getting quite a crew every morning. You're called the Q Crew, by the way. If you're checking in every morning, hanging out with us, you're called the Q Crew. So glad to see all of y'all this morning. We're going, if you don't know, we go live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on TikTok all at the same time. And it's just my little Bible study I do every morning, and everybody joins in. Somebody's worried about, Sarah, did you get hail damage last night? I know y'all went through some bad storms up there, down there around San Antonio, and somebody's asking if you got any hail damage. Good morning, Tony, Ashley, Brandy, Pamela, Michelle, the whole crew. Good morning. TikTok Q Crew, that's right. Yep, Lemon. Good morning. Wow, everybody's there this morning. So let me share one quick thought with you, and let's get in the Word this morning, because that's what we're here for. We're here to fellowship, kind of hang out and talk. We get 65, 70 people on Facebook every morning. We get a few on YouTube, and we're getting now nearly 20 a day solid people on TikTok. How cool is that, you guys, that we're rocking it out? We've got 5 spots left. We got somebody else that jumped on the retreat yesterday, but we have 5 spots left for the Rock Your Family Marriage Retreat that I'm going to be teaching here in Colorado Springs this summer. 5 spots left. It's $1,250 to come stay at Glen Eyrie in the Castle. Check it out. Just Google Glen Eyrie, Erye. Glen Eyrie is the place here in Colorado Springs. It's like paradise. It's unlike anything. I can't even explain it. Just look at the website, look at the pictures. It's called Glen Eyrie. We're going to have the retreat there. 20 couples now are going to be able to be there, and anybody else virtually that wants to join in, you can join in virtually. I'll be teaching Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning. And I'll be teaching the 10 fundamentals of biblical marriage. The 10 fundamentals of biblical marriage. I'll be teaching through that. And it's going to be June 25th, 26th, and 27th. It is going to be, and it's all, everybody so far signed up is from the Q. It's from this Bible study. It's pretty amazing. So there's a number of people coming because other people donated money to finance for them to come. It's amazing. So if you want to come, please tell me. Well, don't tell me. Go to rockyourfamily.org. Rockyourfamily.org. Go there and sign up for the retreat. Rockyourfamily.org. Go there, sign up for the retreat. It's going to be me and all these people. It's just going to be a Q retreat. So cool. But we have 5 spots left now because they opened up 6 more spots. We filled up and we petitioned to them to give us some more spots. And believe it or not, they decided to open up 6 more spots. So, and there's 5 of those left. So go to the website, rockyourfamily.org, if you want to sign up for the marriage retreat, June 25th, 26th, 27th. I'm going to take everybody fly fishing after we're done on Sunday. We're going to go to 11 Mile Canyon, go fly fishing. And whoever wants to can go on up to Breckenridge. We're going to go on up to Breckenridge for Sunday night and Monday night. We'll be there Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday. It's going to be pretty amazing. I'm trying to get enough ladies to do the Q ladies retreat, regardless of marital status. I do it. I'd love that. If we can, you want it, and Glen Eyrie is where we can do it. Absolutely. I love that. All right. I really wish my husband could get off and come. Would benefit so much. Yeah. Well, you can do the virtual. You can sign up for the virtual retreat. So go to the website, check out the virtual retreats, $350, and you get to watch all the teaching, which is pretty cool. Jessica got up early to catch more of my time. All right, Jessica, atta girl. I love it. Stacy, good morning. All right, y'all ready? Revelation chapter 4. Revelation chapter 4. What we've seen so far, let me explain what we've done so far. And you got to forgive me. I've got a terrible sinus headache this morning. I didn't sleep last night. And I don't even know what I'm going to say today. Who knows? And I probably won't remember if I say something goofy. I'm pretty out of it this morning, but here we go. Revelation, the book of Revelation are the things that have been, the things that are, and the things to come. We already looked at John and the revelation of Jesus talking to John. We looked at the 7 churches. Chapters 2 and 3 are the 7 churches, which are a representation of all of us, like what they're doing good and bad, and what Christ is concerned about them, and what they need to work on and change. That was the last couple of days. Today we start in chapter 4 in Revelation, which is the beginning of the end. The things which shall take place after these things is how they describe it. Chapter 4 on in the book of Revelation are the things that are going to take place after these things that just took place, right? And it starts in chapter 4, and basically we call it the tribulation period, these things which are going to take place. Side note, teaser. I just saw Joni Redding on here. Teaser alert. We're going to have very soon the Q store and merch. You're going to see a new hat, a new shirt, maybe even some new accessories. We're going to debut those. Joni's going to debut those coming very soon. So get ready to buy up some Q merch, right? It's coming very soon, and everybody keeps asking, "Where's the merch?" It's It's going to be debuted very soon. So just be ready for that. Chapter 4 on is really going to show us the tribulation. Now we're going to start with right now today, the throne room. John is going to be shown the throne room, kind of God's throne and Jesus's throne room. And we're just going to see all these representations of things, kind of setting the groundwork for the tribulation and what it's going to look like. All right, here we go. Chapter 4, verse 1. Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. Blair says usually on TikTok, but today, usually on Facebook, but today she's on TikTok. Miss Queen B is going to look into that. Yes, do it. All right. Yeah, great group over on Facebook. Here we go. Chapter 4, verse 1. After these things, this is John saying, after these things, the 7 churches, I looked, and behold, a door was standing open in heaven. John says a door was standing. He's in a vision. He's not really, he's not sure if it's a vision or if he's in real life or if it's a dream. He's not sure. But either way, Jesus is giving him this vision. I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard, like the sound of a trumpet, speaking with me, come here, and I will show you what must take place after these things. There it is. I will show you what must take place after these things. These things are the 7 churches in the present time. Let me show you what's going to happen after these things. Immediately I was in the Spirit. Behold, a throne was standing in heaven, and one sitting on the throne. And he who was sitting was like a jasper stone and a sardis in appearance, and there was a rainbow around the throne, like an emerald in appearance. Hi, Ashley. We're glad you're here anyway. All right, so here's going to be one of the problems with Revelation. Not a problem, but there's all this representation of different stuff. And you can read your Bibles. It'd be easier for me if you just had a good commentary and you could read whatever the commentary says about these different things, because there's a lot of speculation, a lot of, well, it could be this and it could be that, and it may mean this. I don't know. And if it's not clear to me, I'm not really that worried about it. I don't try to study and figure out what that means. Queen Bee has a question for me after the study. Okay. We know here that jasper stone is like a clear crystal. It's a jasper stone. He was sitting, one was sitting on the throne, all right? Who do you think sitting on the throne, right? Jesus is probably sitting on the throne, and he's like a jasper stone, clear crystal, and a sardis in appearance, which is sardis is red, like blood red in appearance. And there was this rainbow around the throne, like emerald in appearance, green in appearance, right? Well, I don't know what all that means. I don't even want to kind of guess what that could mean or represent or anything else, right? If I needed to know it clearly, then I would, then it would be told to me clearly. There's no mystery with Jesus. It's simple, right? Verse 4, and around the throne there were 24 thrones, and upon the throne I saw 24 elders sitting. Now I will tell you what, I had to study this because this turns out to be very significant. These 24 elders sitting around the throne. Because remember, it says these are the things that are to come. Basically, the things that are in the tribulation. Whenever the tribulation happens, we're fixing to show you what happens during the tribulation. After the rapture, that I believe, and most people believe, that the Christians will be drawn up and rescued out in the rapture before the tribulation. So what's going to happen is you and I are just walking around, picking our nose, going to school, teaching, going to work, changing the poopy diaper, whatever. You're just doing normal stuff, and boom, the rapture happens. Boom, all of a sudden you're here and now you're there. All of a sudden, that's the rapture. Christians will be raptured up. Christians, not everybody on earth, the Christians, everybody who's truly saved, will be raptured in the twinkling of an eye, where you'll be drawn up immediately into heaven, right? And then that will start the 7-year tribulation, 7 years of tribulation here on earth. These 24 elders, it says there were 24 thrones, and upon the thrones 24 elders. That is the raptured church. That's the representation of the raptured church. Ryrie says 24 elders. Some understand these to be angelic beings, though it is likely that the 24 elders represent the redeemed men who are glorified, crowned, and enthroned. Redeemed, raptured men, right? Raptured people, you and I. This represents us, these 24 men. And from verse 5, and from the throne proceeds from the throne, right? We're assuming God, Jesus, whatever, deity, the Trinity on the throne. And from the throne proceeds flashes of lightning, the sounds and peals of thunder, and there were 7 lamps of 7 fires burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was, as it were, a sea of glass like crystal. Before the throne was a sea of glass like crystal. Can you imagine that? We got lightning, we got thunder, we got emerald rainbow, we got a sea of glass, and thrones all around, 24 thrones representing you and I and the raptured church. You need to imagine all that in your mind. Try to picture all that in your mind. What the throne, this is called the throne room. This is important. This is what we call the throne room. Now watch this. A sea of glass like crystal. And in the center and all around the throne, 4 living creatures full of eyes, front and behind. Yeah, we're in verse 6. That was verse 6. We're about to read Revelation 4, verse 7 is where we're about to read. Four creatures. There were, watch this, and they were full of eyes. Eyes all in the front, eyes all in the back. They had eyeballs everywhere. Here's what they were like. The first creature was like a lion. The second was like a calf. The third creature had the face of a man. And the fourth creature was like a flying eagle. So here we have a throne. We have Jesus on the throne. We have 4 creatures around the throne with eyes everywhere, a calf, an eagle, a man, and a lion. I think representation of all the attributes of Christ. If you think about it, he was the lion, he was the sacrificed calf, he flew up to heaven, and he died for man. I think these are the 4 creatures representing Christ, probably. We don't know for sure. And the 4 living creatures, verse 8, the 4 living creatures, each one of them having 6 wings, are full of eyes all around and within. And the day and night they do not cease to say, these 4 living creatures all say this: Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the Almighty, who was, who is, and who is to come. We keep seeing this over and over again. We keep seeing this over and over again. What we see here is this terminology that reminding us, John, the church, that this is Jesus who is, who was, who is, and who is to come. All right. 24 elders are the patriarchs of the Old Testament and New Testament, 12 sons of Jacob by flesh. Yeah, I disagree with you, Viewer USA. I don't believe that's what it is. I'm good with eyes, but feet, Ashley says. Ashley Chappelle says, no. I don't know what that means, Kate. Holy, 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 I was, and who is to come. Verse 9, And whenever the living creatures, this is where this gets really good in the throne room, where the throne room is really awesome. And whenever the living creatures give glory and honor and thanks to him who sit on the throne, because that's what it's all about, right? Let me show you something right quick. John is telling, I got to back up and summarize something to read verses 9, 10, and 11, which are so important. John is saying, church, this is what's going to happen. The church will be raptured up, right? The church will be raptured up. And now the representation of the church is in the elders around the throne. And what are the elders doing? And what will you and I do when we go to heaven? When you and I approach heaven, whenever you and I go to heaven, this is where we're going to go. I believe, I think. I could be wrong. There are certain things I know for sure, certain things I'm not sure about. But if I get this right, if I got this right in my head, whenever you and I go to heaven, we're going to appear in the throne room like these 24 elders, right? These 24 elders sitting around Christ. And what are we going to do whenever we get to heaven? What are you and I going to do whenever we get to heaven? Verses 9, 10, and 11. And whenever the living creatures give glory and honor and thanks to him who sits on the throne, to him who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders will fall down before him who sits on the throne and will worship him who lives forever and ever, and will cast their crowns before the throne, saying, worthy are you, our Lord, our God. Receive glory and honor and power, for you create all things, and because of your will they exist and they are created. They will lay their crowns at Jesus' feet. Remember, we've talked about this over and over again, that as you do your life here on earth and you get to heaven, God will say, you've done so much great work on earth. You get a big load of crowns, and this is what you're going to do with those crowns. And John is being shown what you're going to do with those crowns, where you will lay them at Christ's feet and worship Christ. That's what the 24 elders are doing here. And I believe that's a representation of what you and I will get to do. Let me see if Rory has a... No, he doesn't. But it seems to me, unless I just completely have this wrong, and I could have, I've told you over and over again, Revelation is not my book. I'm not trying to... I'm going to stop just a second. Viewer USA on YouTube, I don't know who you are. We love everybody here. And I'm certainly not above. I am open if I'm wrong about something like that. But we really don't want to do the whole arguing and that you know a whole bunch of stuff and you come in and try to disrupt the Bible study. I don't know who you are. I'd like to know your real name, actually. I wish you'd give me your real name. I'm just going to be blunt about it with you, though. I just wish you wouldn't even join the Bible study if you're going to be controversial or combative about the study. If you disagree with me, message me later. Don't do that in the, don't disrupt the study so that you can pass your doctrine along. I hate to be ugly and rude about that and change the tone of the Bible study, but that's just how we roll. And I'd just as soon you not even join if you're going to be disruptive, please. All right. Thank you. Now, continue on. This is a good thing because we talk about this. This is how we need to know what's going to happen in heaven, because we talk about this all the time. We talk about how we receive crowns in heaven, and this is what we're going to do whenever we get to heaven. There's something to look forward to. There's a praise. There's an excitement we're going to look forward to. And the excitement is, and the reason the benefit of having served God honorably here on earth is to gather all these crowns that will be given to us that we lay at Christ's feet. And it's going to be the greatest feeling of worship ever. So we just described it right there, that they will, for him who lives forever and ever will cast crowns before the throne, saying, worthy art thou, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honor. We'll worship him with those words. So that is the throne room. We're going to go on in chapter 5 to start looking more about the throne room, more symbolism, more stuff, everything else. As we go on in chapter 5, continuing to understand the things that are going to happen in heaven. Now, let me just say this. Yeah, you can ask me questions after the study, guys. That's for sure. Here's another. This is what I said all along about the book of Revelation. Look, this is all interesting information. It's all interesting information. I don't know that it matters to me now. I don't know that it changes me now. I don't think it makes a big difference. We can read this. This is why I've avoided teaching the book of Revelation, because, okay, so that's what's going to happen. Okay, so that's 24 elders, the raptured church. Okay, that's this, whatever it is. I don't know that it matters. I haven't found a reason why it matters much about what I do now, what I do tomorrow, what I do the next day. I don't think it matters that I don't think it really matters. All right. So Viewer USA is not giving up. I'm through reading the text today. He's not honoring my request to just be quiet, honestly. I disagreed with you about something, and that's fine, as long as you're not trying to push your doctrine. Get your own Bible study if you want to push your doctrine, if you want to push, your opinion. Patrick. All right, Patrick. I don't want to be ugly or mean. I'm not trying to be, whatever. But, I've told everybody, I don't have a lot of opinions about the book of Revelation, because I don't know that much about it. I do know that the people I trust, great theologian and men of God, people who have studied the word 10 times more than you and I, Patrick. Whenever I don't understand, I trust what somebody else has been led to believe, and they would disagree with you, and that's okay. What I don't want is you just to continue to come on and be combative. All right. You said that I am simply feeling angry because you want your own doctrines. I think everybody on here would agree. You're new here, so you don't know. Everyone agree. I don't have my own doctrines. I just don't. I have God's doctrines. And in the fifth says no. Yeah. All right. I appreciate that you have a different view, Patrick. Honestly, I just would rather you not be here, to be honest. I'd rather you not be here combating and feeling good about yourself, that you feel like you have special wisdom about this than what, the majority of other great theologians know about this. I don't want to do that in the book of Revelations, right? So I apologize if that's ugly or rude. I'd just rather you not be here. And being divisive. We're not interested in divisiveness. All right, let's go on with other questions. I'm ready now to answer any questions. I wonder if I can just go ahead and block you. I think I will. Sorry. I've learned how to do this. He gone. I just figured out how to block him. So he gone. He wasn't going to He wasn't going to honor my request to stop. And I hold the power. Love it. In this little world of Q, I hold the power. So he gone. All right. Other questions? Hater gonna hate. Yeah, Sarah. Can y'all read his comments? Could y'all read what he was saying in his comments? All right. I'm glad you decided to continue on with Revelations anyway. Don't let Patrick bring you down. Yeah, I'm not. I just blocked him. Yeah, thanks, Buzz. All right, other questions or comments? We're out of time. We're not out of time. Our 30 minutes is up. I'm going to continue on with questions and comments if somebody else has something else. Patrick, go hate somewhere else, she says. You tell him, Tony. Bam, he gone. Steve, living creatures, verse 9. That's us, right? Living creatures of verse 9. No, we're the elders, as best I can tell. And there were living creatures, give glory to honor. I think that's the four living creatures around him. I think that's what that means. The four living creatures around him, the eagle, the man, the lion, and the whatever the other one is. Those four living. I think that's what that is. I could be wrong though. Y'all are going to ask me lots of questions, and I don't know. I don't know that it matters. So we're going to keep going here. Can only read if you're on YouTube. Okay, good. So you guys weren't seeing his comments. That's good. Well, if I'd have known that, I'd probably just ignored him completely. The googly-eyed creatures. That's right. All right. Queen Bee has a question for me. So let's ask. I have been saved and accepted Jesus as my Savior, but I struggle with a few things. Welcome to my world, Miss Queen Bee. I am saved. I have accepted Jesus as my Savior, but I struggle with a few things too. And everyone on here would say the same thing. Extreme huntress. Extreme huntress. All right, Extreme, listen. I'm a massive bow hunter. I hunt and fish whitetail, mule deer, South Texas hogs. I don't know if that's what you do or not, but I'm all over that. My language is tough, and my boyfriend's is my language is touch. My love language is touch. My boyfriend's quality time. How do I give him what he needs and vice versa? You just do it. He touches you. He holds your hand. He gives you hugs. He rubs your feet. He says, I love you by hugging you. His is quality time. Then spend quality time with him. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate the love languages. All right, Queen Bee, I think you had more questions. Miss Queen Bee, I can relate. I think we all struggle sometimes. The whole forever eternity thing freaks me out, Miss Queen Bee says. Time is something that gives me anxiety. It did me too whenever I used to fear death. It freaks you out. It freaks you out, Queen Bee, because when you're obsessive and fearful, you fear most of all change. You fear the unknown, and that's what this is. It's change, it's unknown, and it feels kind of deathy, like around death. You have to overcome those three things. Face them. Change is okay. I don't fear death. I'm going to spend eternity with God, and it's going to happen, and I can't control it. God's already decided the days, right? And we have to be okay with change. We have to be okay with things not being the way, because we know that eternity is going to be beautiful and amazing. Try not to fear it. He said he didn't know. Great answer is my book. If Steve doesn't know, then I don't know either. Sarah, honey, don't put too many eggs in my basket for sure. I'm just a man, right? I'm pretty jacked up too. Live without fear. Man, I no longer fear death, right? You just keep being you. I can't keep up with both the comments. Sorry. TikTok. Also, I've been told once that you're in heaven. You forget everyone you've ever known. Oh, Miss Queen Bee, we've had this discussion on here a lot. There's a lot of open ideas about this. I don't think you forget everybody. I think you may even recognize everybody you're known, but the other people in your world won't matter. It's all about Jesus. You're going to be at the throne room, and you're not going to care, I think, about everybody else. You're only going to care about Jesus, which freaks people out because that's not how your human brain thinks and feels. The only thing that doesn't change is those that are dead. Change is inevitable. All right. Facebook, other questions or comments? And it's supernatural. We forget that our focus in heaven isn't us. It's about Christ. Yes, Ashley, that's true. I think we recognize our spirits. Jesus takes center stage. Maybe, Pamela. We just don't know. We don't know what that's going to look like. We do know that Jesus is the absolute focus and center of our world in heaven. Nothing else matters other than Jesus, I think. Running out of coffee. Shauna says, go get a refill, Shauna. I get it, but it's such a hard thing for brain to grasp. It's all we know. Yeah, your humanness is going to struggle. I missed what you're saying there, Sarah. You said Kathy says scary, but we will have those types of feelings once we get there. I think the only feelings we will have is absolute adoration and complete rest and peace. That's the only feelings we'll have in heaven. Or you dive deeper into other studies and scriptures to find what you seek. Yeah, I'm missing part of the conversation there. Sorry. I don't know how I can help with that fear. Death is a huge fear of mine. It was mine too for 35 years, Miss Queen Bee. I feared death until I decided to not fear death, until I decided to get over it. And I faced it head on. I accepted Psalm 139 that says that God numbered my days before even one of them came about. I accepted that death is a positive thing, not a negative thing. Death would be a good thing because I accept that I'm going to heaven whenever I die. See, I have to learn to accept what I'm afraid of. I have to learn to face it and accept it, right? I also learned that I had to retrain my brain to accept things away from my fear. Otherwise, fear was going to destroy me. They asked Jesus, does fear add one day to your life? He says, absolutely not. So being afraid of death doesn't add any days. It probably will take away, right? Or at least your quality of life. You've just got to be brave and trust God enough to not fear death anymore. The only thing that doesn't change is those are dead. Changes in reading the book of Revelation helped me through my fear of death. It's very common to have a fear of death. I had it severely my whole life until I finally just said, I'm done. I'm tired of being afraid. I'm tired of fearing death. And so I decided to face it and not fear it. And by the way, everybody will be fine. If I die, everybody will be fine. Stephanie, Scott dies, everybody will be fine. Sarah, JJ dies, it'll hurt. You'll be sad, but you move on. Next, Jesus represents Christians who are in heaven, and if so, why only 24? Stephanie, you're asking those big old revelation questions that it don't matter. I don't know why. 12 tribes of Israel. Actually, viewer USA could have a little bit of a point there that maybe it's the 12 tribes of Israel. It's the churches somehow in the New Testament. We don't know. Who knows? Cassie says, I'm just missing part of y'all's conversation. Sorry. But we gotta address fearing death. You just can't live your life fearing death. You just got to accept it. Accept whatever you're afraid of. Accept that someone around you might die. You accept that your parents may die. Your spouse may die. My wife died of cancer at age 30. I was married 6 years, 2 small children. My wife got cancer and died. I had to learn to accept death. Death happens, and I had to learn to accept it. Was saying she was worried about being separated from her children during the rapture. Of course, that's a mama's heart. You fear death till you realize you aren't beginning to live. Yeah, you can be so afraid of death that you will never live. There's a lot of great sayings about that, for sure. No, yeah, it's the unknown. We all fear the unknown, but I don't have to fear the unknown whenever I know that God has me, and it's going to be perfect. The throne room, right? We like to know, so we think we have some kind of control. Giving up control gives peace. You've helped me with this. Now I can ride in the car and not make my husband mad jumping. Had to retrain my brain. Yes, Melissa, good. Not a stupid question. Not stupid. My fear of death changed November 2020. Come, Lord Jesus. All right. I love that, Janice. Are you part of a church? Have you anyone you can talk to? Miss Queen Bee, they're asking Miss Queen Bee. My anxiety is crippling me. Yeah, Miss Queen Bee, you need to get some help with that. It doesn't have to cripple you. All right. Yeah, it doesn't have to cripple. You need to get some help with it. And this is a good place to start. We talk a lot about anxiety here and try to help a lot of folks out with anxiety. Yep. A lot of folks here that struggle with anxiety for sure. Pamela Wordwell speaks some truth. What was it? There's zero unknown. There is zero unknown with Jesus at the helm. Yeah, truth. You got it right. Yes, Katsy. Didn't want to study the book, Steve. There's a lot of symbolism stuff supposed to learn about senior English. Knew I had to pay better attention. Yeah, I don't. That's the thing, though. I do the flyover here. I don't know what all that means. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me what it means, honestly. It doesn't matter with who I am and where I'm going and what I'm going to do. It doesn't. The stuff in Revelations just doesn't matter that much to me. It's interesting. It's good to know, and the book says that we're supposed to learn and read the book, but I don't know. I just kind of stay in the present, serve God now. That's right. We have to choose trust. We don't know. I'm going to just let me pray for you guys right quick, and then I'll keep reading comments. Lord, I do thank you for our time today. Thank you for all these people who join in every morning in the book of Revelations. Lord, I pray for Patrick, Lord, that he would understand my need for him to not be combative or come in trying to teach his viewpoints, that he would understand that and not be bitter or hurt about that. Lord, I pray for truth to always be told and spoken here. Anyone that's joined, Lord, would know, Lord, that we so want to honor you with accuracy of your word. And we strive to be accurate and strive to be right about your word, Lord. And in the book of Revelations, there's so many things we don't understand. Help us to understand the things we should know. Help us to grab a hold of the things that should be told. But Lord, I pray that we won't focus or get hung up on things that aren't as important. We just thank you for loving us. Thank you for the beauty of what the throne room is going to be like and the crowns we'll get to lay at your feet. For it's in your name we pray. Amen. All right. We have to choose trust. Let me read some more comments here, see if there's anything else going on that I need to answer. Pray for Tony. Okay. You're welcome, Tony. Brandon Tucker. Yep. I didn't see Brandon Tucker's comment. Did Brandon Tucker make a comment? Oh, there it is. My humble opinion, 24 elders, 18 or 100 doesn't really matter. The result's the same, how I should live every day. Preach, brother, preach, preach, preach. For every single person that commented on accountability thread, day 2, dieting. Yep, go dieting, girls. All right, Miss Queen Bee, Steve has a book on this called Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning. Craig and Steph, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning. Amazon.com by Steve Levitt, Tommy Nelson. I've written a book on this subject of fear, worry, stress, and anxiety. You've got to get it. Go on Amazon.com. I think it's $14 or something like that. We do this every morning at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. Every morning, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. Hey, if you want to come to the marriage retreat, please go sign up. We opened up 6 more spots. They told us we could have 6 more people come in. 6 more couples. So June 25th, 26th, 27th, Glen Eyrie Castle. Go on the internet, look up Glen Eyrie, Eyrie. Look up the castle, see how beautiful it is. We're going to be there June 25th, 26th, 27th, doing a marriage retreat. I'll be teaching. Everybody from here is going to be there. 20 couples, and whoever wants to join in via internet, telehealth, whatever you call it, virtual. But you got to go to rockyourfamily.org to sign up. Rockyourfamily.org if you want to sign up. If you want to sign up for the retreat. It's going to be amazing. And we have 5 spots left, and they're not going to open anymore, they said, after that. So there's 5 spots left. Linda, thank you for joining in today. We appreciate you from YouTube. Sweet Sarah. Linda, quick question, Linda Murray. Were you able to continue to see the Patrick dude, or once I blocked him, does it just block him out of? Is he still watching? I'd like to know how that block deal works. If you get a chance to respond to that, Linda. Tony's praying for you. We'll be praying for you tomorrow. Yes, Tony. Sherilyn Strand, we are here for each other. Never hesitate if you need something. Great. Honestly, I'm with you, Steve. It's kind of a wonderful surprise. Learn not on my own, understanding the true belief Jesus will provide. Before the queue, I spent a lot of time, energy trying to be in control. Love you guys. Yeah, Linda, love you too. Thanks. All of his messages on YouTube disappeared once you blocked him. Okay, thank you. I don't know what that was about. And I don't want to be ugly and mean. I hate that sort of thing. That whole interaction with him made me anxious. I started getting anxious. I started getting nervous and anxious, just so you know. And the reason is because he wanted to be combative, and he wanted to express his superior knowledge over mine. This just isn't the place for that. And I knew it's going to be problematic. So I needed to just get him out of the picture, right? If he wants to express, then you go get your own quiet time Bible study. You go do your own thing, but don't go on other people's, try to hijack it and be a tool. Just don't do that. That's wrong. And then he wouldn't respect that I wanted him to stop commenting. Then he starts attacking me. You're done at that point, right? So that's a coward. That's a coward way to do things, to go hijack somebody else's business to try to tell them how much you know more than them. That's not cool. So he had to go. He got blocked. I keep missing it. Tony, tell me again what's going on. What are you doing tomorrow, Tony? I'm missing it. I want to be able to pray for you. All I love support means everything. Somebody let me know what's happening with Tony. I keep missing what it is that you're doing tomorrow, Tony. Surgery, or you got something scary going on? Let me know. I want to be able to pray for it. That's why we get along. Prayers, Tony. Don't be a tool. That's right. Yeah. I think I can be a tool too sometimes, so I got to be careful. Thanks for recognizing that, Sarah. Letting me know I'm not an old goofy guy all the time. College students taking finals. Yep. My son, Dano, is taking a final starting right now. Actually, in 10 minutes, he starts one of his finals. So we can be praying for Dane too. Jamie's daughters, praying for them. Dane has one more final surgery tomorrow. Okay, Tony. Good. Thank you for sharing. We'll be praying for your surgery tomorrow for sure. Someone get him a banana, leather jacket, and Ray-Bans quick, because I'm so cool. Is that why? Prayers to you. All right. Back to TikTok. Let's take a second again with you guys. Y'all know I have a day off today. I actually got to do one session from home this morning, but I'm going to take the day off today. I hadn't had a day off in a long time. Taking the day off today. Going to rest. Every day though. All right, TikTok. Let's do the old ask me whatever you need to ask me questions. If you're here watching, not a Christian, you can jump on, ask me questions. Tell me I'm an idiot. I'm good with that now that we're in that mode. I can do this now. So I recently started having severe anxiety. Church praying helps me. Yes. Good. You probably need to go see your doctor, Jessica and Miss Queen Bee. You need to go see a doctor and see if your chemicals are off. Let me just give you the quick anxiety toolbox. Are you still with me, Queen Bee? You good? Let me, and Jessica, let me give you all the quick anxiety toolbox. This is my whole book. This is what I teach seminars on. I'll give it to you in about 2 minutes. The 4 points to get over anxiety. Number one, your chemicals may be off in your body. Your serotonin has dropped out. Go to your doctor, see your doctor. It's very likely your serotonin has dropped out, and you need to boost it back up with an antidepressant, which is called a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and get your serotonin back up again. So that's the first possibility. Go see your doctor. Because you're having anxiety. Number two, you've got to retrain your mind to stop believing the lies that are spinning in your obsessive brain. Retrain your mind to believe truth. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, where you train your brain to believe truth rather than lies. Number three, reduce your stressors. If you're working yourself to death, if you're overwhelming yourself with stress, then stop it. Okay? You're doing too many things. You're too busy. You're doing a jillion things. Stop it. There's the counsel. There's $150 an hour right there. Stop it, right? Stop stressing yourself out, right? And lastly, trust God. You've got to grow your faith. God, I'm going to grow in you. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to do what you want me to do. I'm going to believe that you're in control and I'm not. I'm going to trust in the Lord with all my heart and lean not on my own understanding. There's your 4-part system of okay, there's your 4-part system. Hold on, Brandon. I'm gonna read that in just a second. So this is something I'm open to, Brandon. Thank you for sharing that. Brandon says, to be honest, that you didn't think he was being combative, but giving his opinion on what he thought of your initial response. And your initial response was a bit rough, but I agree that he should go start his own Bible study if he wants to teach his own interpretation. Brandon, thank you, brother, for being honest with me right there. Did y'all read that? Brandon's kind of rebuffing me a little bit to say I was a little bit overreactive to him, a little bit rough, and I can do this. See, I don't read quick and I don't read well, and I don't get the same feel you might get for that comment, and it felt combative to me, and it wasn't. And I need people like Brandon Tucker to go, dude, Steve, you highly overreacted to the guy, right? And I don't know how not to do that if he's being combative. If it feels like it's being combative to me, I've got to, I either need to block him or maybe I just shouldn't react at all. I don't know. But I need people like Brandon Tucker to address me and say, Steve, this one's on you. You overreacted. So maybe I need to go find the guy and apologize. I need to go back and look at the comments again if it'll let me and see, because it sure felt like he was being combative to me. I had said that Ryrie and all the men I trust say that the 24 elders are the raptured church. He was saying that they were the 12 tribes of Judah and all that stuff. And all I said was I disagree with you about that. And then it felt like he just came back as a smart aleck to me. And my sense there is that he was going to be combative, in which he was combative as time went on. Or I thought he was, and maybe I just completely missed that. So, I need to figure out what to do in that situation. Brandon, maybe you can help me out. I need to figure out what I'm going to do in that situation when somebody's combative, because I rear up quick. Like I go rawr, bad, big time back. And I don't like that about myself. I don't like that I can do that. It's kind of a control mechanism where you try to get bigger than the other person. And I don't want to be that guy. So Brandon, thank you for confronting me right there, brother. And that's iron sharpening iron. I'm going to really pray and take that into consideration, how I deal with people on here in the future, in that regard. So thank you. Let me keep going down. I wouldn't want to deprive him to protect the goal. Daily Devo, who checks in with Hunter. He didn't want a distraction. I did not want the distraction for sure. Because it will distract me. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, we need Brandons in our life, people that'll call you out. I don't know what you were overreacting, but I'm not sure you're not sure you would have permanently blocked him. Yeah, I had to. He was going to distract me. Reactive person myself. I want you guys to call me out on stuff. Seriously. I don't want to be above reproach. If I'm acting the fool, tell me. If I'm overreacting, tell me. I want to know these things. I am jacked up as a human, just like you, and I want to get it right. And I want to be attractive on here. I want to make this a warm, fuzzy, feel good place. Maybe have to confront at times, but confront me, please. I'm serious about this, guys. I want to know if I'm out of sorts. All right, Catsy says, don't want to deprive them. I'm going back and reading comments. They need Shana, good mama. I agree. I'm a reactive person too. It happens, Ashley. Yeah. I don't know that you were overreacting, but I'm not sure what would permanently blocked him. I just can't, Brenda. I can't have that keep coming up. I'm too obsessive, and it would catch my eye. Every time he would comment, it would I'd lose my whole train of thought, wondering what he was, being combative or whatever. I just can't do it. I have to. I asked him nicely, right? Would you agree? I asked him nicely to just stop, just keep his comments to himself because it was distracting me. He wouldn't do it, so he went bye-bye. That's the only way I know to do that. I need people like Brandon in my life too. Yep. Thank you for being gracious, brother. You're welcome, Brandon. I think it's Steve's sense of responsibility. I do have this huge, I don't want sheep or deceptive people or yes, I don't want them coming in here and jumping on stuff. Catsy, thank you for that. It scares me to death. Totally agree. We can all be reactive. Sarah is right. Sometimes that speaks truth and compassion coming from a place of love. Yeah. Never change. I meant permanently by after today. Gotcha, Brenda. I don't know. We'll see what God does in my heart about that, I guess. Have a great day, Q. Yep, Jamie, you too. I tend to agree. We can pray for him if he wants to interrupt. Yeah, totally changes the flow for me. All right. I guess we got all those out of the way. Come back to TikTok. I haven't been watching TikTok. If Jesus died for us, can't we save now? Babylon. Oh, I wish I could have answered that quick. Maybe somebody else answered it for you. Babylon's asking some more questions. Man, tons. What is your take on sleep paralysis? I have no idea. I don't know what sleep paralysis is. If you'll explain that to me, I'll give you my opinion. If Jesus died for us, can't we save now? Try again, Babylon. I don't understand your question. Jesus did die for us. We can be saved now if that's what you're asking by accepting Jesus Christ for your sins. About patience. I feel stuck at this point. Keep fighting through. They won't keep seeing me because I refused it. Doctors around me don't actually care. Miss Queen Bee, are you saying you refuse medication and so they quit seeing you? They can't help you? Is that what you're saying? Tyler, what was your opinion? Did I overreact? If you're still watching right now, do you think I overreacted with this guy? I'd love to know your opinion too, Tyler. JJ, some of you other guys, did I overreact? I want to be humble if I did, if I'm being goofy, and I can do it. I totally own that I can do that. Tough part. Go for help. Next thing you know, have you on. Don't be afraid of meds, though. Listen, guys, don't be afraid of meds. If you need them, you need them. I've studied this. I've written about it. If you need them, you need them. If you don't have enough serotonin, you're not going to feel better. You're just going to stay miserable. You've got to get your serotonin back up. Just like if you don't have enough insulin in your body, you take insulin. If you don't have enough of, whatever it is, we take medicines to regulate things that aren't working right in our body, and your serotonin is one of them. You're going to be depressed, anxious, and obsessive until you manage that, sometimes with medicine. Don't be afraid of medicine. Advocate for yourself. Allowed to tell doctors. You are allowed to tell doctors no meds, but that's not always the smartest thing. That may just really fly in the face of a bunch of you guys. but take it from a veteran of anxiety and have studied meds, and a lot of the medical side of it. Your body is low in serotonin. You've got to get it back up again so that you can get off the med and your body can regulate itself again. Doctor years ago had me on 28 different, well, that's a different deal, 28 different meds at a time. No, of course not 28 different meds. You're going to have to rework, get a doctor that, yeah. Can you please pray for my marriage? Clarissa, yes, I will be praying for your marriage. Definitely today. Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning is my book. Yes. Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning by Steve Levitt and Tommy Nelson. Bringing home to Texas for finals. Yep. Garza boy. Need prayer bringing him home to Texas and for finals. All right. Yeah, I am going to take a day off and I need it. May go fishing. Isn't that what you expect me to do on my day off? Go fishing? I don't know what the guy said, but I appreciate you protecting your flock. I think sometimes there's, yeah, I could just tell though he was going to be combative, and I just don't. Did the right thing by shutting them down today. If they cannot behave, the follow Bible study. Yeah, I asked him politely. Thank you guys for your support. I asked him politely to just stop, and he wasn't going to stop. What is your book called? Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning is the name of my book. Walking on Water When You Feel Like You're Drowning by Steve Levitt and Tommy Nelson, Leavitt. My son's at Wheaton. First time here. Gaza, thanks for joining in. Electro, he did say he liked your study, though. Well, he doesn't now, probably. Look, I just needed him to stop. I couldn't focus. I wasn't going to be able to teach, and he was going to keep blasting information. And I'm so protective, I was going to have to read it to correct it if it was bad theology or something like that. I didn't have time to do that, and he was going to keep blasting controversial stuff. I just couldn't do it. It's just easier to block him. Sorry. I did ask him politely. You made it this morning. Thanks, Jessica. I'm glad you're here too. Thanks, Dollar. Asking, please rid my mind of this evil. It's more than just prayer, Jessica. I wished it was as simple as just praying. God can do it, Jessica and Queen Bee. God can heal you like that, but he doesn't usually. You've got to do the 4 things. You've got to make sure you've got good medical care. My house, my rules. That's all right, Brenda. Had a girl, Brenda. Thank you. You've got to talk to your doctors, get your serotonin back up right again, and work on your belief systems, your thought systems for sure. You too. I got to go. Hope everyone has a great day. Yeah, Stacy, you too. Miss Queen Bee has every time it feels like it's coming, just asking God over and over, and continue to pray for God to do that, Jessica, but you got to do some more. There's of course God can, but you got to do the whole big picture, body, mind, and spirit, right? You got to do it all. I guess we're done. We've been on here for 1 hour now, so I probably need to get off. You guys are awesome. Keep on keeping on. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.